Hey everybody, welcome to the Live Your Story community. We're so excited to have you stop by and watch us today. We are continuing interviewing amazing human beings in this world. And some of you have saw the post from before. The person that I'm bringing on, her name is Christin Kingsbury. She's a real estate agent, mind you, one of the best ones that I know. She is a mom, a wife, an investor. She also is an investor within the Keller Williams family, owns her own business, the Kingsbury Group. She has a whole bunch more that I guarantee you that I would miss if I were to keep going, but I just want to introduce you guys to her. She's powerful. She has a great testimony. She's smart. She has a lot of wisdom in business. So this is for you guys today. So Christin, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate that. That was a great introduction. Thank you. I appreciate kind words.
Oh gosh. Well, you're an amazing human being. And for everybody that's watching, Christin, I met you, gosh, I think back in February of this year. And what a wonderful person that I was able to meet in you. So I'm going to get to this.
Yeah. I'm
going to ask my first question because before we did this video, we had some people that are super fans with you asking questions.
Okay? We asked what people cared to hear. Sure.
Okay, so here's what one of your people asked, and I thought it was amazing. So if you had to pick, the end of the world was today, and you had to make a quick decision, is it creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Creamy. There's no question.
Okay.
Nobody wants crunchy peanut butter. I know. Who said that?
I'm not gonna reveal my sources, but I thought that was a great question. Out of all the questions they could get from you, they're like, you like creamy peanut butter?
For sure. I'm all about creamy, no crunchy.
Well, you guys, I wanna again, I did a little intro for Christin, but I'm just gonna let her use her words and just let her tell you what she does and kind of where she's from. So Christin, if you don't mind, just share with everybody that's watching today just a little bit about yourself. Like where are you from?
I am an Arizona native. I was born and raised here. I've never lived anywhere out of this state. I lived several places in this state, but this is the only place I've ever lived. So I'm from Flagstaff originally, so from snowboard country and pine trees and camping, and I'm in the Prescott area now, so a little bit warmer here. My husband and I, he's an Arizona native as well, and he was from hot weather, so this was our compromise. It wasn't too hot, not too cold, and it was kind of central to all the family. So,
well, a lot of people don't know that are watching from different parts of the country about Prescott. Tell them a little bit about. Is it like the desert or is it cooler? What's it like there?
I think it's a little bit of everything wonderful. So it actually, in a very small area, has just kind of open field grassland with antelope that roam. You can go up into our mountains and there's pine trees and snow, and that's where you're going to find the deer. You can be just outside of Prescott in the Sedona area and, be on the river and the beautiful Red Rocks. The Grand Canyon is close to here. Yeah. We've got some small little western towns that just kind of have a really cool feel to them. Williams up north. And we are about, a little better than an hour, about an hour and a half from the Phoenix area. So if you want to go to a ball game or go play, but no, we are like beautiful weather, in my opinion, all the time. And it's a pretty awesome place to be because it's just central to everything.
Okay. So you said you're married. Tell me about your home life.
I am married to a guy that when people meet him, they're like, wow, that's a big dude. That's always what comes out of their mouth. He's a big dude and I'm a little person. So I think it just amplifies his big dudeness. But no, he's a custom home builder here in town. So our worlds complement each other. We've been together since I was 19 years old. So we're 20 years together this year. And we ran around on our weekends and would look for real estate and we literally almost every opportunity that we got, we would drive around and say, hey, let's go look for land. Let's go look for rentals. And that's just what we've always done for fun. And so we've both built careers out of it. He owns a custom home building company and I own a real estate company. And so together they complement each other. And, you know, we've been doing this. I think we both got into the industry really kind of in about 2008, maybe. I think he started his business in 2010. And so we've been through some ups, some downs, and.
Well, I think first of all, when you're 19 years old and you're dating a guy, or you just marry him and for fun you go look for investment property, I don't hear a lot of people do that at 19.
It's my favorite. It
wow.
literally, like, it lights me up. It's what makes me happy. I still do it to this day. Like, come on, let's get in the car. Let's go. When we go to visit other cities, actually, when we were in Nashville just recently, we're like, let's go look at real estate. So we're there, the two of us, no kids. Like, you would think we would do something else. Guess what we did? We drove around and looked at real estate, and it was super fun. So that's just what we do.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I love that. And you know, I know you a little bit, and you and I have had really good conversations, and just share with the audience today, if you don't mind. So a 19-year-old looking at real estate, where did that come from?
Oh, so I was born in a real estate office, so I kind of have an unfair advantage. My grandmother owned a real estate company, and being my mom was a single mom, and so oftentimes I joke when I say I lived in a real estate office, but I really did. That was probably where I took my naps many days and stuff like that. So I had an unfair advantage that I had this little powerhouse of a woman that was a real estate expert, and so it's just been in me since I was that little.
Okay, so you've been in the industry a little bit over 15 years. Is that about right? Close to it.
11? No,
11 years.
Is that 15? I can't do the math.
My math is off too. That tells you how. But you've been in it for a while, and you've seen ups and downs in real estate. You've been leading people. Just tell people what is your favorite part about running a real estate organization? What does that do to you? What's your favorite part?
I think it's really awesome to be able to provide other people opportunities. So my favorite part is I get to go shopping for houses. I know I'm supposed to do that for the joy of, to bring people to see homes, but I also secretly really love looking at all the different homes and really kind of visualizing what they could be, because sometimes they're not what they could be. But I think probably the most rewarding part is just being able to provide opportunity for your friends and family to have work. And I like to run fast, and I kind of make a mess sometimes when I'm running fast. And so it provides opportunity for other people, right? It's job security for them. So I think being in an environment where you enjoy the people that you work for, and you're able to provide them some opportunity and introduce them into a field that isn't just a job or it's something that can really change their lives and help them to build wealth. And so versus them clocking in and clocking out and making a paycheck, I get the opportunity to teach them how to build a life that they want to live, and a life by design, which is super exciting, because you can have everything you want if you just have a plan and take action. And so the flexibility of the industry allows me, versus just employing them or giving them an opportunity to work, it allows me to also teach them how to build wealth and change their lives and build legacies for their family. And so it's pretty awesome.
Hey, can we park it there just for a minute? I want to circle around that. So I know that there's what's the old adage? If you throw a rock, you'll hit a real estate agent somewhere,
right?
And there's so many people out there, and there are people that talk about wealth building. There are people that talk about all of this stuff. But the reason why I'm super excited to talk to you about this is because you have a uniqueness about you that I would really love for you to share with people. So when you're talking about, man, I really love to help people build wealth, passive income, teaching them. And so I know your background is a teacher.
Yes.
And so what is it about working with people, helping them build wealth? What is the reason why you do that?
Well, I think if I summed it up into the short version, I had my grandmother, who I watched build wealth through real estate. And she seemed, when I watched her, to be this like single powerhouse. I lived with a single mom who didn't have a college education, and was doing what she could do with the means that she had. And I watched her struggle and like work her butt off to provide for us. And I was always just observing, like, gosh, look what she has to do. Look what grandma does, and look at the difference of what they're able to provide. And really it was the industry and the willingness to identify opportunity and take action on it and not be fearful of it. And fortunately or unfortunately, childhood was rough at times because we struggled financially. We were living in places that maybe were not the most comfortable for children to be, and going through things that maybe kids shouldn't go through. And so it really kind of lit a fire in me that, like, I loved my mom was so, like, she loves her children more than anything. And if she would have had the knowledge and the skill set to be in this industry, she could have provided completely differently for us than maybe her ability at the time. And so when I looked at this, I thought, from what I know and the knowledge that I have, I can help single moms. I can help, and my passion is oftentimes for moms with kids, because I just flat out don't believe that any child should ever be in a situation where they're unsafe or uncomfortable because of money. And oftentimes money is the factor that keeps people from moving into a better scenario for themselves. And so I looked at this industry, I looked at what my grandmother was doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can take what I know and I can go help empower these people to let them know that they can do it too, and that they don't have to be stuck in the situation that they're in. There is a means to an out, you know what I mean? And so that really just, that's what excites me, is that even she could have done it at that time had she known what I know, so to be able to empower people to just bless my husband's heart real quick. And I remember, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Nope. I'm going to have a college education. I'm going to pay my own bills. I'm going to make my own way, because I wanted so badly to have a relationship that I was in because I wanted to be there, not because I financially had to be there. And so it's really pretty awesome when you can create your own life and you can choose a partner because you love them and you want them there, and not rely on an unstable situation because you need them for finances. So my passion is just the financial place that real estate can put you in.
I think that's powerful, because I know that when I did financial counseling years ago, the statistic, at least back in the day, was that single moms or widows, 52% live below the poverty line. And I think you're a person that you're a chain breaker. So where you can take somebody in a conversation to see where they are, love on them, encourage them, put your arm around them, and then walk them through what is that barrier in their mind, or what's the story they've been telling themselves. And you're really astute at being discerning and figuring those things out and helping them get past those barriers. So not only getting out of debt and getting out of a poverty mindset, but it really, to me, knowing you, sounds like you changed the perspective on the wealth building side of things just as much.
I just think I believe that it's possible for everybody. And if I can help them see a way, it's their choice to take action. But I watched this brilliant little woman raise, I swear she took care of everybody around her. She still does, because she was smart with the way that she processed her thoughts about money. And I mean, it's been really awesome to see all the love and all the help that she's been able to give to the people around her. And I'm just like, wow, these are my choices. I can do this or I can do that. And I said, I want to do that. So
that's powerful. So as you're running your business, you're helping people build wealth. What are some, if you could just give one piece of advice, I know there's many out there that you could go a number of different ways, but just straight from your heart, Christin, if you don't mind, just share, what is something someone can do? What's one thing that someone can do today if they're in this place of they're struggling financially, they're possibly looking at buying a home or whatever the wealth thing is that they're doing, what piece of advice would you give someone today that's watching that may just, they don't know where to start?
I would say find a mentor who's done it before you and let them walk with you. I have found over the years that people who have succeeded at a high level in real estate investment, a lot of them are to a place they don't want to do the boots on the ground work anymore. And they are happy to partner with you and you know, pay you in equity, even if you have no money, if you will go in boots on the ground and do the work that they no longer want to do. But of course, you can't do that unless you've educated yourself about the process first. So I would say educate yourself about the process and then go be willing to be the boots on the ground and help somebody else win. And eventually you'll be able to be the one that others are helping win, and you can pour that back into, you know, somebody who is a mentee.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So let me ask you this question, Christin. As you, give me just 1 second here, I'm pulling up my notes.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you really have a heart for women, empowering women and helping them just move the needle in their life, period, in wealth building and real estate and other things. But I want people to know who you are. So what are some of the things that you're putting your hands to now that maybe people can connect with you in some kind of way? Because I know for me, you say find a mentor, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when we've never been to a place, we've never gone,
sure,
who do we talk to? So for someone like you, walking people through this process, how can people connect with you with what you're doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a Facebook page. You can find me, Christin Kingsbury, on Facebook. Actually, it's Christin McCracken Kingsbury. The other one is just a fake marketing account. We have a Facebook group called Grow Your Wealth for God's Sake, because I truly believe that, like, we are stewards of money and our job is to go, you know, reap the abundance so that we can give to other people. So it seemed like a perfect fit. And you can join us over there. We talk and we read and we join each other together to learn on these topics, because not everybody does them the same way. And I think the best thing you could do is just constantly be educating yourself and learning about it. So to give you a quick about how I found a mentor, like, I literally just read, watched YouTube videos, tried to digest information until I found a person that I connected with their values. I liked the way that they operated. And I actually reached out on Twitter and was like, hey, I need to know you. And I didn't think that they would respond at all. And now we are incredibly good friends. And so, I mean, the world is really small. Just try. Just go out there and put yourself out there.
I think it's important because some people that they're, again, you know, we're not just talking about people getting out of debt or any of that, but we're just talking about things that may be holding you back, and really about learning and getting an education. I know in my own life, there's been times where I've read books and I've got this great information, but I don't know how to filter it in and actually apply it. And that's what you do every day.
Yeah. And, you know, watching people around you, there's podcasts. I love this Bigger Pockets podcast because they feature every single day a different investor doing something different. And it's get your wheels turning so you can start to think, what is the type of investing that I want to do? And it also connects you to people who might be good mentors. These are not just realtors, investors from all across the country. I would say there are realtors everywhere. You're good. There are realtors everywhere. You can throw a stone and hit a realtor. So when you're seeking out advice, ask them questions about their investments. What have they done? And if they haven't done anything and they can't answer your questions, find another one. There's lots of them. And you want to be led by somebody who's done it before.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So just, and forgive me, I didn't catch the one. I know it says, so Grow Your Wealth for God's Sake.
Yes.
Facebook community group. So you guys heard that. After this recording, we'll make sure to list it in Facebook so you guys can have access to that. I would highly suggest joining it. I'm part of the group. When I'm scrolling through in the morning and I'm looking at Facebook and I see these encouraging quotes and I actually see practical advice that I can take. it's inspiring. It gives me education I can actually do something with. So definitely go to her group, Grow Your Wealth for God's Sake community group. Okay, go there first. And then you said one other thing.
Yeah.
There was another podcast you had mentioned. What is that called?
Oh, Bigger Pockets. It's an investment podcast, and they interview investors. There's just so many ways that you can invest your money, and even just in the real estate realm, that they interview different people doing different things, and it just gets your wheels turning. So as you drive around, you're looking for that opportunity, just like I told you my husband and I would do. I mean, it gets your wheels turning so that you start seeing it everywhere. So I would start with just start thinking about it.
Okay, so for you, Christin, I know you're super busy. I know you're a great leader in the community and in your business. I know your time's very valuable. So for people that want to reach out to you, they want to be able to ask questions. Would you say the best place to start would be that group, the Grow Your Wealth for God's Sake community group? Or is there another way that they can reach out to you and maybe possibly be mentored in some way?
You know what? You could either private message me on Facebook is a good way to get me. I get lost with those private messages. So friend me and then private message me. You can also email me at Kingsbury, KINGSBURY group@gmail.com. And just make the subject line something that is, going to get me to open it. Like, hey, need your help, or got a question for you, something that doesn't look like junk mail. Actually, that might look a little like junk mail, but I'll find you. And be persistent. Be persistent. If I lost, if you emailed me and I didn't see it or it got caught in spam, try again.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, Christin, I appreciate your time today. I know it's valuable. I really appreciate you. I can't wait for people to meet you and get to talk with you in your group. So we're going to be sharing this everywhere. So again, you guys, reach out to Christin if you have questions. Start with the community group. That's probably going to be the easiest. Join that. Shoot her an email. Ask questions. The one excuse that we do have in life sometimes is that, well, I don't know what to do. Well, there's so much information out there. Google, YouTube, podcast, Christin, her real estate group, the Kingsbury group. Ask questions. The more you ask, the more you learn, the more you can move forward in your life. You can actually live your story and grow your wealth for God's sake, period. So Christin, thank you again. Is there anything that you just like to leave our audience? One more thing, or? Actually,
you just made a really good comment. People always say, I don't know what to do. And so we have recently just recorded, we've got some stuff rolling out that will break down what do I do next from where you're at. Like, how do I think? Who do I talk to? What do I learn? How do I reverse engineer it? Like, how do I put it together such that I can get it done? Because there is so much information. I think sometimes it's overwhelming. So anyway, stay tuned for that. And I'm happy to help you maneuver through it. We know realtors from across the country. So no matter what state you're in, I can help you and help connect you to people who can help you move forward in building wealth so that you can live the life you want to live.
That's so awesome. Yeah, you guys connect with her. Make sure you stay in touch with her about what's coming out. I know it's kind of under wraps. I don't know about it. She's not even telling me, so that's okay. I'm really excited to see it. So you guys, again, thank you for hopping on here today. We appreciate you. Again, Christin, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.